All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. And this is going to be a video on how you Israelite women get a whole lot more chances in this world and in this society than the Israelite man, right? And you still shit it down the drain, man. Like this woman here. Let me see if I can show the full title. This woman here got caught stealing. She stole $5,700 as a manager in Dollar Tree, right? On her first week of the job, man, right? And when I was listening to the story, I'd have to go back and check to make sure for certain, but I know for sure, definitely, she stole the money within her first week of the job, right? But it sounded to me like she was stealing money like within the first day when I was listening to it. And like when I was listening to this story, like I was thinking, hang on, but isn't she a manager? So she'd have like a decent-ish kind of salary, right? So then I decided to look up what a Dollar Tree manager would make according to the American amounts, and it was around like 51,000, 51,000 to 55,000. And I ain't really too sure because I don't live in America and I've never been there, whether that's considered good. But it sounds to me like it's slightly above average, right? When I remember all the stuff that Kevin Samuels used to say, right? That's just slightly above average. But then I was like, okay, let me convert that in pounds. So and I asked the AI, all right, convert that into pounds. And it said it was around 38,000 to 41,000, which is a couple of grands over what the average salary in the UK would be. So if you made that amount of money, you're not living any worse than the average person that you see every single day. Yet something in this woman's mind made her decide to steal $5,700, right? But here's what I'm thinking, like, if a Jake man was to want to try and become a manager in a store, right, they'd probably look at him with a hell of a lot more scrutiny, but then they'd be giving Eve the job. And before she got this job, they gave her 5 weeks of training at another store. So they gave her 5 weeks of training at another store. And I believe she'd already been manager of some other places previously. But whether she had or had not, it doesn't really matter, because if she stole from this place in her first week, what are the chances that she stole from somewhere else if she'd been working there for years? What's the likelihood of the chances that she would have stolen or did something dysfunctional or wicked in any other place that she's worked as a manager or any other place that she's worked in general, right? And as I was watching this, I was just getting annoyed because I was thinking the Israelite woman gets given plenty of leeway, right? She'd be the same kind of woman probably talking that I don't need no man BS, right? She got given 5 weeks of training to become a manager at another store, right? Got given her own store then to now be manager of, and was like the first time she was alone, from what this Edomite woman that was explaining it, that worked there as well. The first time she was alone by herself, she started to and began to steal, which also shows one thing's clear, man. The women of our nation, right, do not have more honor than the Israelite man. Of all you women that are running your mouth, you do not have more honor than us. Some of you women are prepared to sleep with a man just because he bought you some nails. That's how low level you are, man. Some of you women are prepared. If there was listen, man, let's just make this straight right now. If there was a male alternative of Dubai Harry Potters, I ain't going, right? No one's offering me. I'll be poor, man. I ain't going for that deal. You can kiss my ass. I ain't going for that bullshit. But you women seem to always go for that shit. Now, so as some of the men of our nation, they go for it as well. So let's not even make out like they ain't wicked as well. But the women of our nation, they get given extra leeway in just the regular everyday life, and they still shit it down the drain. If they just go for a basic average everyday job that doesn't require like anything more than a week's training, most of the time they're gonna hire that Israelite woman over the Israelite man, because it's done deliberately to try and be like, well, see, the Israelite man don't have a job, so then the Israelite man will have to work harder just to get that basic career. I mean, that basic job, not even a career, that basic job, man. In all these so-called Western countries, but then the Israelite woman shits it down the drain, all the opportunities that she gets anyway. She throws it down the drain, man. This woman on her first week stole five, like as if that's not gonna be a big amount that they're gonna notice he's gone missing. 5,000. She didn't be like, you know what? Let me try 10 just to get my feet wet. No, I'm gonna go 5,700 straight away. You know how bold that is. That's real bold. The first week, as if when you've been manager, when you start a job new, right? Everyone already should know they're watching you. There's already like when you even look up psychology, man. There's already there's 4 phases of a group forming. There's norming, storming, performing, and there's a next one. But it's like the different phases of a group, of grouping or something like that. And when you first join anywhere new, that's how it goes, man. Everyone's fake nice initially, then it starts to change, then the hierarchy is decided. And this woman within the first week couldn't be like, yo, let me just do my job for real. Stole 5,700 in the first week, Am I tripping, or is that not ridiculous? And this was done in, what's the date on the screen? Because I've got this on another screen as well. She did this in 2024, August 2024. Excuse me, let me say it again. The 21st of August, right? 2024. That's when she did this, man. I'm just thinking to myself, like, how bold you have to be to do something like that. How bold? When the Israelite man be getting fired from jobs when he's actually good at the job. That's the thing. When you see some of these agency jobs and stuff like that, right? Some of these agencies where you might work in a warehouse, stacking boxes or something like that, or one of these kind of things, one of these like Amazon-y kind of depot kind of places, right? The Israelite man will literally get fired when he's good at the job. They'll look at his performance, they'll rate his performance, they'll look at his performance and be like, man, he's great. The numbers that he's putting up are excellent. They'll monitor his behavior, whether he's polite there. He's polite. No one ain't got nothing bad to say. But when it comes time to give him that higher salary after he's passed the probationary period, he's out of there, mate. He's out of there. They'll be testing the waters, trying to do things to get him to act up, to get him to act how he should act for the way our people are treating him. And then when he acts and responds as he should, according to people treating him in a negative way, see, he doesn't want to work, get him out of here. He's not right for this job. This is the kind of things that the Jake man goes through, and to some degree the Israelite woman goes through as well. But when she does find herself in a cushy position, she still shits it down the drain. And it's not to say that there's not no Israelite men that do this, but the Israelite woman does this more than anyone. And then at the same time, when the women of our nation, right, and this is why Yahweh said in the prophecies, man, that you rise up women that are at ease, and that you're going to lament for the teats, for the present fields, for the fruitful vine, because this woman's, if right now she ain't got a job right now, if she's in prison, I still ain't watched the whole video, she's going to regret that she ever did that. She's going to be like, man, I should have just did my job. I should have just made my 55K and sat my ass down and hoped for a promotion and tried to make the store be better so that I could have got more money instead of stealing, because she did it all for money, right? She could have started looking at alternative ways on the side legally to try and make some money, but she had to steal. And most of you women are thieves, man. Most women, when I watch these body cam arrests, are alcoholics and they're thieves. They're loud mouths, they're disrespectful, they're spoiled brats, right? From the moment most of you women realize that you've started to grow 1-2 chests and 1-2 batty crease around like 13, 14, 15, 16, definitely 19, y'all lose your minds and act like you've just been given unlimited resources in your back pocket. And a lot of you are prepared to give that body that God gave you to whoever wants it for a right price. And sometimes the price is low. So initially, when you first got it, the price might be a chicken and chips, man. a chicken and chips, a chicken and fries, a Morley's, a double, what is it? A chicken steak burger, as if there's anything such thing as a chicken steak burger, a Nando's, Dixie chicken in all the numerous different ways that it's spelled, a double quarter pounder burger, a chicken wrap with mayo and lettuce. Then as you get older, now it's a few drinks in a nightclub. Then as you get older, now it might be, a car, Then as you get older, now you want a house. And as you get older, now you want a yacht. And as you go older, and then you just want all these trinkets and all these different things, right? But then when you get given the position to have your own money, y'all ain't even happy with that. You just want to steal. And then what would she have did with the money that she stole anyway, man? Like we could all use an extra 5 grand, I'm sure. But that's what happened when you covetous, man. When being covetous leads to stealing. Being covetous leads to adultery. Being covetous can lead to you unaliving somebody, man. Because now you're on that demonic ass, keeping up with the Joneses spirit, which is never ending. Oh, I've got the newest phone, and they ain't got the same phone as me. So now somebody else is hating. Now they want to get the newest phone, but then they release a newer phone. About 1 week later, now you need that phone. Or your neighbor gets a nice car, right? Oh, but now you gotta get a nice car as well. Or that neighbor gets a car nicer than his other neighbor, and his neighbor might have a 2009. He gets a 2013. But then okay, the next neighbor gets a 2015, and then the next neighbor gets a 2025, brand new. But you've had your 2025 at the beginning of the year, but his 2025 just came straight after lot. And then the next guy's got something pre-ordered for 2026 in a couple of months. So where does it end, man? It never ends with that keeping up with the Joneses demon. It never ends, man. And that's why we're not supposed to be neighbors to people so close, man. You should be able to, like, I long for the day, man, in the kingdom when I can step out of where I live and walk for a mile in either direction and not see anyone if I choose to. And that's not because I just just don't want to see no other Israelites and anything like that. But that's freedom and that's peace, man. We'll be actually more social in the kingdom than we are now. Right now, as it is, it's hard to be social because you'll be looking at Israel, you're like, man, this guy might be a demon or this woman might be a demon. You kind of automatically assume that Israelite that you see in the world is a 2/3. You just assume that they are. You're looking at them, they're doing dumb. They might do a dodgy sideways smile, and you're thinking, oh, here we go. What's this guy gonna try and do? You might see some YNs in the distance, be like, you know what? I ain't trying to deal with that, and do a walk a different route that might make your journey 5 minutes extra. You might do that, man. For brothers that drive, they might be at a petrol station, especially in a place like America. They might be in a petrol station, see some Jake demons in the petrol station, leaned off on the wall, not buying nothing, not getting no fuel, and be like, you know what? My fuel can wait. I don't want any petrol no more. I don't want any fuel for the car. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll go to the next one further down, man. They might save fuel in their car extra to go to a further damn petrol station, man, or gas station or whatever you want to call it, just to avoid being around certain Israelites and to avoid being around Edomites as well, man. Because Esau loves to like intertwine himself in anything that we do as well. If you go out in a private walk or something like that, right, and pick a quiet place to sit, don't you know that Esau is gonna want to sit right where you sat, and you might have chose the worst part in the place to sit, just to avoid anybody else coming there because this place isn't even good, so no one ain't gonna come here, and they'll come there just because you're there. That's how it goes, man. That wedding crasher spirit, man, which is another thing that happens in this society that gets on my damn nerves as well. Which you ain't supposed to be getting no wedding, according to this world anyway. But in this society, people think it's okay to crash somebody's wedding, to crash somebody's family gathering that they have, and just crash it and start drinking up the wine, and then got the nerve to have an attitude when they get told to leave. That's the kind of things that happen in this society, man. And that's why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to bring heavy judgment on all this place. And as I'm looking off the screen on this woman, right, this Edomite woman that's so happy that this Israelite woman was stolen and she'd been caught, I'm thinking to myself, and it is kind of funny, I guess, right? Someone stealing 5 grand on their first week, but she's probably stole herself, man, because she's an Edomite, or she looks like one anyway. And if she is an Edomite, then ain't no telling what the hell she's did in her life. And this is what I mean with you. You see, you Israelite women, yeah? You Israelite women are doing a good job at making the other women of the other nations look better than you when they're really not better than you, right? But you're doing a good job of making it easy for brothers to think that they're better than you, to the point where our apostles are telling us, you know what, to hell with the so-called black woman. Get yourself a white woman get yourself a Israelite woman that looks like a white woman. But then in doing that, considering we don't know who is and who isn't an Israelite, some of the brothers that do that and follow that rule are going to actually end up with an Edomite woman. Some of them are going to end up with an Israelite woman as well, but we don't know who is and who ain't an Israelite. So if it's just going based off that, it's going to be, and let's not even just say an Edomite woman, it's going to be any other nation of women that don't look like you. Because this woman's face that you can see on the screen, right? There's plenty of other women that look very similar to this, that they get caught on these body camera things, stealing as well. Because there's something in you women right now that you're just through and bogged out. And you're stealing, you're thieves, you're not righteous, you ain't got no integrity. But then at the same time, you run your mouths about the Israelite man and try and make it like we are just so evil and such bad men, when look at what you're doing in life. Look at the things that you've been getting up to. Look at all the hanky-panky that you've been up to, sweetheart. What have you been doing down here? You've been going off, man. Stealing everything. Just stealing up the scene, man. Robbing checks on your first on your first week. Do you know what I mean? The ink from your contract ain't even dry yet, and you're stealing $5,000 plus. What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you, man? And then when I think of, okay, what's an Israelite woman gonna do with $5,000? Her stupid ass would have probably got a BBL. And you know, hey, while I'm on the topic of the BBL thing, you know, yeah, the Israelite woman's whole thing that she tried to say is like, oh, with the Israelite woman just got the physique, she got the physique, and every woman is trying to copy us, right? So then why is it that most of the time when you see or hear about BBLs, is an Israelite woman getting it, man? Why have you got so much fat to be able to get taken from your stomach, to be put in your batty hole? Huh? There shouldn't be no that much fat there, man. You should have a nice washboard stomach. But coming at these times, they could take some fat from your bicep, something from your tricep, bit from your quads. Like, they can take it from anywhere. Because a lot of you Israelite women are out of shape, man. You're overweight right now. And this ain't me just bunning you out, but y'all need to be told about yourself too. Because you're out of shape, thieves, alcoholics, and then on top of all of that, you're proud and run your mouth towards the Israelite man. But then listen, man, when this society falls, yeah, just wait and see how night and day and fake humble these women are going to become. Fake humble. As this society starts falling, just watch the fake level of humility. How do you know it's fake? Because they're going to be asking you for something. The Isaiah form 1 humility, women ain't going to be asking for nothing apart from to be around that man. And right now, men are struggling with things themselves. Men are hoping, man, I don't lose my job. I don't lose my this. I don't lose where what I'm doing. I'm trying to build myself up and make sure that I do this. I've got to try and do this. I got to try and do that. Men are thinking about what they've got going on, man. And women are still thinking about their nails. Here it is in the UK, right? There's a thing going on right now called a cost of living crisis. People are catching all kind of hell. And I can't go past one of these nail shops without seeing women up in there. I can't go past the nail shop without seeing that shit full. So here it is, people are catching hell financially, but you women are still making sure you've got some nails done. Like as if nails being done is actually anything worth. And that's when these women are gonna, like, some of these women have got such low integrity levels that they either have or will give up the box for nails being done. They'll give it up for the nails. They don't want to go in that female little stupid battle of back and forth that they have with each other to try and test the hierarchy. Oh, girl, you stopped having your nails done. Yeah, I can't afford it at the moment. I'm just like, oh yeah, see, you're just not giving. You're just not giving. Yeah, if you had it like me, yeah, if you had it like me and I had 10 sugar daddies, you still have your nails done, and my other sugar daddy's gonna be. That's what you get, little stupid games you've been trying to play, man. Who's the hottest? Who can get the most money given to them from a man? But who don't need to have that money given to them from a man at the same time because they got their own job. But he gives me the money just because he my friend and he love me. No, he's giving you the money because you either giving them the cheeks or he wants them. Let's be real in life. Yeah, let's sing it real in life, man. But all of that stuff's gonna go because there would have been a time in the past where women would have been able to do these kind of things on their jobs. Israelite women and Edomite women, because I see some videos of Edomite women doing this stealing stuff as well. There would have been a time in the past where women was getting away with this stuff. I'm seeing a whole bunch of videos where women are calling the police on their boyfriend, claiming that he beat them up, and then they're confessing to the police officer that they hit him. Oh, I scratched him, I hit him, but only because he made me mad and he cheated on me. He so-called cheated on her, right? And then admitting to the police officer that they committed assault, and then they're wondering why they're in handcuffs, complaining to their boyfriend, "You really gonna do this to me, Jamie? I can't believe you did this to me." Bitch, you called them. You called the police. So why can't you believe that someone's getting arrested? You wanted him to be the one getting arrested. So, but you just can't believe that you're in the handcuffs. Then there's another trend of these body camera arrest videos. Women trying to lust it off. Women in handcuffs, twerking off on a police officer, moaning and all that in a sexual way. I saw one video the other day. I think I put a post of it where the woman literally pulled her underwear down. Some Edomite woman, she literally pulled her underwear down and said, "I can't believe you're trying to do this to me. I can't believe," like she's trying to make out like the officer was trying to do something to her while he's wearing a body camera. And then I got annoyed watching it because I was thinking, how many times has this woman did this stuff before? And in the past, these are the things that these Edomite demons used to do to Jake, right? To an Israelite man and get him unalived. But then I also thought about this, and I'm thinking about it now as well. In the king, you know the way how the Israelite woman treats us like garbage right now, yeah? And she just thinks that the sun shines from every one of her holes, right? She just thinks that society would, that the black man would just not be nothing without an Israelite woman. Like like the Israelite woman really believes that her womb is the only one that can harvest the Israelite child. No, sweetheart, you're wrong. Every single woman on this earth can give birth to an Israelite child, an Israelite son, or an Israelite daughter. But the seed can only ever come from an Israelite man. So the Israelite man's more special than you in that regard. Because if every single Israelite woman was to perish and not be alive anymore, which I'm not wishing for that, but if that did occur, whichever tribe an Israelite man has a child with, right, that tribe and that nation of Israelite still comes through whatever woman he's with. It's just going to look different slightly because it's going to have some of the mom's genetics, DNA, whatever you want to call it. But it's still going to be an Israelite at the end of the day. And that's what I mean with you people like you really don't get it, man. You people really don't get it that these women, they just do a lot of things bugged out, man. They've had this society so easy, and yet they're the most ones complaining all the time. The Israelite woman's been given plenty more advantages and chances over the Israelite man, and she still shits it down the drain. It's very rare for an Israelite man to get a job, maybe because somebody might want to sleep with him. That ain't happening. Not really, man. He could be handsome or whatever. He could be handsome and he might be more likely to not get the job for that. Because another man that's doing the hiring might be like, you know what, nah. He ain't taking my honeys from in this office job. I'm not hiring him, fuck him. That could happen. Esau already tries to undermine the sons of Jacob in the male sons of Jacob, man, in the different ways anyway. He might know that this guy's smart and he try and keep him away from a business meeting or something, or try and keep him away from a certain thing. They already try and do that because they know that the Israelite man makes everyone in this world insecure, man. An Israelite man at the top of his game makes everyone insecure. And the best Israelite that's ever been made and ever exists, when he shows up to the world and gives a shout, the whole world is going to stop doing what he's doing. That's how valuable an Israelite is. That's how valuable an Israelite coming back to the top Israelite coming back to the earth is going to lead to immortality for every single Israelite that ever exists after that point. So don't tell me that being an Israelite ain't special. An Israelite, one Israelite, the best one, is going to cause for every single Israelite that ever exists, ever again after that, to be immortal. It was only an Israelite that was ever able to conquer death. No other nation was able to do it. So don't even dare tell me that being an Israelite don't matter. How dare you? Right? You people are full of it, man. I just wanted to do this video. It's kind of, I guess, a bit of a rant or whatever, but I just wanted to do this video on this because the Israelite woman gets given so many chances and still shits it down the drain, man. She's still through. She get given the ability to become a manager, right? She couldn't just do her job. She's trying to steal money and all that. They can't help themselves. And then they'll have the nerve to say they don't need no man. Your man, if he's of any worth, would have told you don't steal. He would have told you whatever you're trying to get with that 5,700, don't bother. Because when you think about how women are so desperate to want to have all this money anyway, what the hell did they even do with it, man? When a man gets a salary that's enough to sustain a family, guess what he's gonna do with that most of the time? Which now they're starting to say, fuck it, I'm not doing that bullshit. But what do they normally do? They normally sustain a family with it, right? When a woman gets an amount of money to sustain a family, you're gonna see her with some stupid lip fillers. And if they get real disposable income, they're gonna do something physical. They're gonna do something to try and change their appearance most of the time. Most of the time, it's going to lead to some kind of stupid physical thing, which everyone spends their money on changing their appearance to some degree. But the funny thing is with the Israelite woman is that they're prepared to spend money on everything to change themselves physically most of the time, apart from going to the gym. Apart from going to the gym, man. If you go into any gym in the whole world, you'd think you saw a unicorn with a rainbow tail. If you saw 10 women in that gym that were Israelite women. And I'm on about so-called black women. I'm not even on about Latino women, which some of them are fat as well. And they got a term called a torta. Now, I've been hearing this term recently, a torta, Torta, a torta. And that is basically a fat Latino woman. That might be a bit attractive, but she's fat though. So it's kind of the same thing as a BBW, a big woman but beautiful or something. And that's what Kevin Samuels used to say or something like that, right? A big but beautiful or something like that. Or bad built woman. I don't know what the hell it means, man. But it's like you got these women and they just do things that I'm seeing and I'm like, man, they don't know what. Like Apostle Hard did a video recently. He was like, the Israelite woman needs the Israelite man, and was going into how they don't know what the hell they're doing and they don't know what they're doing. They're just running around chasing fake happiness, thinking that they're going to be able to spend money here, spend money there to try and fake like they're happy. But they're really through, though. Like, all these things that they're doing, they're really through, man. Because she did all that stealing, and now she's definitely going to get fired and probably going to jail. Like, I haven't even seen the whole video. I watched like 6 minutes, 48 seconds of it. But she definitely losing her job and probably going to jail, man. Or getting some kind of criminal record. But this would be the same kind of Israelite woman that would run her mouth about how the men ain't this and the men ain't that, when really they're projecting how wicked they are on us. They think that we're this wicked and we're going to do this thing and screw everyone over because that's who they are. I'm going to end the video there, man. I just wanted to talk about this because it's a trend that I see among several of you daughters of Zion, man, which is the reason why your Howard jacked you up and took away your hair because you're proud and arrogant and your attitude stinks and your manners and your mouth that you're running is stanking, man. And that's why none of y'all, or most of y'all, can't get a headband or an elastic band, right, and put that in a ponytail, right? You can't pull back your hair, most of you. Pull back your hair, and put it in a ponytail. And if you do, it's going to be hanging on for dear life some of the time. You can't make yourself a ponytail and it's still 5 centimeters plus hair hanging out of the back end of that ponytail, man. Never mind 10 centimeters. And this was made for you to have to swallow that. But don't worry, in the kingdom of heaven, you will be able to have them long ponytails, man. You'll have that hair type that, if I was to guess, majority of men like this, the kind of wet and wavy, kind of long curly hair that women have, man. That's probably most men's favorite type of. It's my one that I think that looks the best on women, and I reckon a lot of other men would agree. When women's hair is just naturally long and curly, right? It looks very nice, and that's the kind of hair and several other different kind of ways that you Israelite women's hair is going to be able to look in the kingdom, which should be something that you should be looking forward to. But y'all would be like, forget the kingdom. I'm gonna buy a weave. I'm gonna buy a wig that looks like that, and because I don't want the Israelite man ruling over me. And you know what? That's why when the society gets jacked up, yeah, y'all are gonna get exactly what you deserve, man. You're gonna get exactly what you deserve. That's the reason. These kind of things as well is the reason why these people don't care about the EBT thing that's going on. They don't care, and they're in their face when they're happy about the EBT thing. They're picturing an Israelite woman starving to death. They're not thinking about nobody else that also gets it. They're not thinking about the people that really get the majority of it, which are Edomite women. They're thinking about you. And that's why they're so happy for it to not be on, because they're thinking you're going to lose out, man, which they're hypocrites anyway, and they're going to get their judgment too. But you Israelite women have got the chance to not get judged, and you still do all of these wickednesses, and then expect like that you're going to be just blame the Israelite man all the time, and it's not going to work like that, man. And I'm going to end the video there. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.